Former NFL linebacker Adarius Taylor has been arrested in Florida. The arrest took place in Polk County. Taylor is reported to be 34 years old at the time of the incident. His arrest is directly connected to a large-scale human trafficking sting operation conducted by local authorities. The involvement of a former professional athlete in such an operation has drawn significant attention. This type of sting targets individuals seeking commercial sex acts. The scale of the operation suggests a broad effort to combat illicit activities in the region. Adarius Taylor's name became public following the conclusion of the operation. His connection to the National Football League adds a layer of public interest to the case. The details surrounding his alleged actions are central to the charges filed against him. The location of the arrest, Polk County, Florida, is known for proactive law enforcement efforts against human trafficking and related crimes. This specific operation was part of a concentrated initiative. The focus was on disrupting demand and identifying potential victims. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Following his apprehension, Adarius Taylor was formally charged. One of the charges is felony negligent child abuse without bodily harm. This is a serious charge carrying significant legal consequences. He was also charged with misdemeanor solicitation of prostitution. This charge relates to the alleged interaction within the sting operation itself. The combination of charges reflects both the alleged primary offense and the circumstances surrounding his arrest. The felony child abuse charge stems from specific details related to his child's presence. Negligent child abuse implies a failure to provide the care, supervision, and protection necessary to maintain a child's physical and mental health. The without bodily harm distinction indicates the charge is based on the potential for harm or neglectful circumstances rather than documented physical injury at the time of discovery. The misdemeanor solicitation charge is common in operations targeting demand for prostitution. It alleges that Taylor attempted to engage in a commercial sex act. This charge is typically less severe than the felony charge but is a criminal offense nonetheless. According to official reports, the incident began when Taylor allegedly responded to an online escort advertisement. Such advertisements are frequently used by law enforcement in sting operations to identify individuals seeking to purchase sex. This response initiated the sequence of events leading to his arrest. He was subsequently observed entering a private room at the location used for the sting. These locations are typically controlled environments set up by law enforcement. The purpose is to facilitate interactions under surveillance. An undercover female detective was stationed in the room. Her role was to pose as a sex worker. This is a standard tactic in operations designed to catch individuals soliciting prostitution. According to the affidavit detailing the incident, Taylor requested a massage during the interaction. While a massage request itself is not illegal, the context of responding to an escort ad and the setup of the room are critical factors in the solicitation charge. The nature of the conversation and any subsequent actions or agreements would be key evidence. Taylor was taken into custody following this interaction with the undercover detective. The arrest occurred at the sting location. This marked the end of his alleged involvement in the operation's setup. A critical and disturbing element of this case involves Taylor's 6-year-old child. The child was found at the location where Taylor was arrested. This discovery occurred after Taylor was taken into custody. The child was found alone. This fact is central to the child abuse charge. Leaving a young child unsupervised, especially in potentially hazardous or inappropriate circumstances, constitutes neglect. A child was located in a locked vehicle. The vehicle was identified as a Ford F-150. Being locked inside a vehicle, particularly in Florida's climate, poses significant risks to a child's safety and health. The vehicle was parked outside the location of the sting operation. This means the child was left unattended while Taylor was allegedly inside the establishment. The distance and circumstances separating Taylor from his child are relevant to the neglect charge. The affidavit states that Taylor did not disclose his child's presence upon his arrest. This alleged failure to inform authorities immediately about the child's location and status is a significant detail. It suggests a lack of immediate concern for the child's welfare at that moment. Further details emerged regarding the child's health. The child reportedly has mental issues. This information adds another layer of vulnerability to the child's situation. The child reportedly also has medical issues. These conditions would likely require specific care and attention. Leaving a child with medical needs unattended increases the potential risk of harm. Epilepsy was specifically mentioned as one of the child's medical issues. Epilepsy is a neurological disorder characterized by unpredictable seizures. A child with epilepsy requires supervision to ensure safety during a seizure and access to medication if needed. The child is now reportedly with their mother. This indicates that the child was safely removed from the situation. Authorities would have taken steps to ensure the child's immediate safety and placement with a responsible guardian. Taylor's arrest was not an isolated event. It stemmed from a much larger 9-day operation conducted by the Polk County Sheriff's Office. This operation was a concentrated effort targeting various illicit activities. The operation resulted in a total of 255 arrests. This high number indicates the significant scope and success of the law enforcement initiative. The arrests included individuals involved in different types of crimes. The operation was publicly dubbed "Fool Around and Find Out." This title reflects the Sheriff's Office's intent to send a strong message to those engaging in illegal activities. It is a colloquial phrase implying that engaging in risky behavior will lead to negative consequences. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd provided commentary on the operation. Sheriff Judd is known for his outspoken and direct communication style regarding criminal activity and law enforcement efforts. His remarks often accompany major arrests and operations in the county. The operation had 3 primary components. These components targeted distinct but sometimes interconnected criminal areas. The multifaceted approach aimed to address different aspects of illicit activity in the community. One component focused on human trafficking. This involved identifying and rescuing victims while arresting traffickers and those soliciting commercial sex. Taylor's arrest falls under this category, specifically targeting the demand side. Another component targeted child predators. This involved online and in-person efforts to identify individuals seeking to exploit children. This is a critical area of law enforcement focus due to the extreme vulnerability of the victims. The third component addressed illegal immigration. This aspect of the operation involved identifying and apprehending individuals in the country unlawfully, particularly those involved in or connected to other criminal activities discovered during the sting. The combination of these 3 areas highlights the complex nature of organized crime and exploitation. Sheriff Grady Judd specifically highlighted Adarius Taylor's NFL career during his commentary on the operation. Referencing Taylor's past profession drew additional public attention to the arrest. It also served to contrast his public persona with the alleged actions. Taylor played for 7 seasons in the NFL. This is a significant professional career. His time in the league included playing for multiple teams, establishing him as a recognized figure among football fans. Sheriff Judd strongly criticized Taylor's actions, particularly leaving the child unattended. His commentary expressed outrage and condemnation regarding the alleged neglect. The sheriff emphasized the irresponsibility and potential danger of leaving a young child alone in a vehicle. Judd made remarks implying Taylor's judgment was severely impaired. He stated that Taylor must have hit one too many people during his football career. This comment used a football metaphor to suggest that Taylor's decision-making abilities were compromised. He further elaborated on this idea by stating Taylor's brain cells are scrambled. This remark continued the theme of impaired cognitive function. It was a harsh critique aimed at explaining through speculation why someone would allegedly engage in such behavior and endanger their child. Sheriff Judd's commentary is characteristic of his public stance on crime. He often uses strong language to denounce criminal behavior and highlight the perceived failures of those arrested. His remarks in this case focused heavily on the moral implications of Taylor's alleged actions, especially concerning the child. The sheriff's statements framed Taylor's arrest not just as a legal matter, but also as a significant personal and ethical failing. The public nature of his criticism, leveraging Taylor's past fame, amplified the message about the consequences of participating in illegal activities, particularly those involving potential harm to vulnerable individuals, like children. The focus on the child's medical conditions further underscored the severity of the alleged neglect in the sheriff's view.